Hi everyone, it's Miss Leah again, and we are back with L Jam Storytime. Today's book is called Pitch Perfect and Persistent, the musical debut of Amy Chaney Beach. If you didn't know, this month is Classical Music Month, so we are starting out with a book about Amy Chaney Beach. It's written by DeLems, illustrated by Alison J. Here we go. Amy Chaney toddled around the Henniker, New Hampshire farmhouse and hummed a tune, one after another. 40 pitch-perfect songs, precisely in the key she had first heard them. Music making filled Amy's home. The Chaney family didn't have luxuries, but they did have a clarinet and Mama's piano. Clara Chaney taught music lessons and could play the piano with her eyes closed. She also sang soprano in the church choir and warbled some more while scrubbing at the washboard. Amy always lent an ear. Charles Chaney labored long hours at Grandpa's paper mill. When Papa returned home, he tapped his work-worn boots, but never in time to Mama's music, and Amy kept right on listening. In 1868, 1-year-old Amy demanded songs. She knew what music she wanted to hear, when she wanted to hear it, and how she wanted it sung. At 2, Amy belted out an anthem from start to finish, no mistakes. Friends and relatives marveled. Mama worried. Amy must grow up as a normal child, not a musical prodigy. Mama stuck by her strong religious beliefs. No indulgence, no spectacle, and certainly no piano. But Amy's love for music only grew. Mama clung to her conviction. No piano. Stubborn, steadfast, Amy tried to sit on Mama's lap to reach the black and white keys. No piano. She climbed on a stool. No piano. Amy implored, coaxed, whined. But no one could stop Amy from hearing music. No one could stop her from thinking music. No one could stop her from playing music her way. While her fingers struck her imaginary keyboard, Amy burst into songs, including her own melodies to Mother Goose rhymes. She stored every note, every measure to memory. Mama continued to fret. Amy continued to shock, shake, and boggle the minds of those who met her. Amy linked the key of music to a color and mood. "Play the pink or blue music," she demanded. Mama obliged. Happy, light music in the key of E-flat major, pink, or A-flat major, blue, filled the room. But when Mama played in a minor key, swirling in its dark moods, Amy covered her ears and cried. Even though Amy taught herself to read at 3, even though she understood music, the piano still remained off limits. Until Aunt Frank, Mama's only sister, arrived from California. She plopped 4-year-old Amy on the piano bench. Baffled, Mama objected. Aunt Frank persisted, and Amy pounced into action. Real piano keys, cool, smooth, alive. Musical ideas locked inside her escaped. A waltz floated out. Harmonies joined simple melodies. Music fired inside her like a 4th of July cannon cracker. Amy composed 3 waltzes all in her head. She passed a perfect pitch test. Child's play. Transposed music effortless. Recited long poems. A snap. At last, I was allowed to touch the piano. I played at once the melodies I had been collecting, playing in my head, adding full harmonies to the simple treble melodies. At 6, she launched into piano lessons, academic lessons, all in the home parlor under Mama's instruction. A year later, Amy pounded out Bach, Mozart, and Mendelssohn, Handel, and Chopin. Beethoven soon captured her attention. Headstrong, Amy pleaded and negotiated. She wanted in the worst way to perform. Finally, Mama relented. At her first recital, Amy performed a Chopin waltz and her own waltz. At her second musicale, she added a Beethoven sonata. 2 Boston concert managers offered contracts. Amy's parents flatly refused. No more recitals, even at private events. None. Eight-year-old Amy's family moved to Boston, the hub of classical music, home to famous composers and performers and first-rate concerts. Opportunities unfolded like notes on a music score. Amy didn't want to miss out. She begged and bargained, and Mama softened. Amy's new piano instructor soon arrived. Mama and Papa enrolled 12-year-old Amy in one of Boston's top-notch schools, a real school. Fascinated by mathematics, science, and foreign languages, Amy excelled. Her skills skyrocketed, and Amy continued to play the piano. She practiced 4 hours long every day. Amy's music teachers agreed she was the greatest musical prodigy of America. Celebrated musicians encouraged her debut, not Amy's parents. Society did not approve of middle-class girls and stage careers. Marriage, marvelous. A piano teacher, perhaps. A serious musician, certainly not. But Amy was serious. Finally, Mama made a monumental decision. Convinced a piano debut would help secure a future husband for 15-year-old Amy, Mama grudgingly consented. Amy's music course changed as quickly as a staccato note. One month after her 16th birthday, Amy stepped out of the wind-driven rain and into Boston's music hall. She walked across the stage and sat at the piano. Her posture ramrod straight. 2 long and heavy golden plaits hung neatly down her back. The conductor cued. The orchestra began. Amy's fingers lit upon the ivory keys. Her small hands leapfrogged, passing in a blur. Up the keyboard, down the keyboard. With not an ounce of stage fright, she performed 2 major works, Moscheles Concerto in G major, Chopin's Rondo in E flat major, all from memory. The audience was enthusiastic in the extreme. Flowers were widely heaped upon her. The critics did not hold back in their reviews. 9 Boston papers and the New York Tribune all concluded Amy Chaney was a smashing hit. I can only compare my sensations with those of a driver who holds in his hands the reins that perfectly control a glorious, spirited pair of horses. One must live through such an experience to properly appreciate it. Amy kept going, could not stop, would not stop. She published her first composition, prepared for her next public recital, only 3 months away. Amy Chaney was out in the world. Everyone could hear her now. Life was beginning. The end. I really hope you enjoyed this extraordinary book called Pitch Perfect and Persistent, the musical debut of Amy Chaney Beach, written by Caitlin DeLems, illustrated by Alison J. Thank you for joining me today, and I really hope to see you next time at L Jam Storytime. Bye.